Good evening and welcome to the Friday edition of Prime Business with me, Emma Davis. CalBank PLC has announced the retirement of its Chief Executive Officer, Philip Oredu, effective February 2024. In a statement, the bank said the announcement of his retirement honors his 19-year career with CalBank and his leadership. Mr. Oredu joined CalBank as Director of Finance in December 2004 and was appointed CEO in January 2020. The bank said during his tenure, Mr. Oredu led the institution through a period of considerable change. The statement concluded that the Board of Directors will notify the Bank of Ghana of the nomination of a successor in due course to ensure a smooth transition. Steel manufacturing company B5 Plus has taken over the operations of United Steel Company, which has been in debt distress for over 2 years. The takeover follows a series of actions on United Steel by the Ghana Revenue Authority to retrieve taxes of almost 2 billion cedis, but to no avail. Speaking to journalists after visiting the site, the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Reverend Dr. Amishadai Owusu-Amoah, said all the taxes and penalties have been paid from the liquidation of the assets of United Steel. Here's more.
Into the Ghana Revenue Authority, the liquidated United Steel Company was in financial distress of 149 million cedis in principal tax liabilities, which accrued to about 400 million cedis, including penalties. It had no option but to put investors. B5 succeeded as the new company and cleared all the tax liabilities after due process under an official liquidator. Commissioner General Reverend Dr. Amishadai Owusu-Amoah explains that the GRA has used all necessary laws to ensure that the state receives the tax revenue, which is the main objective. Therefore, cautioned that the GRA will be forced to use this strategy when necessary in retrieving debt.
After the bought company, they paid the tax liability in full because the administrator had then applied for to take advantage of the waiver of interest and penalties, and so the 149 million which we have been chasing from 2020 was paid in full in 2023. In addition, the workers who were over 400 were all paid their redundancy packages in full, and then they also re-employed or re-engaged many of them. And then the factory has also, as you saw today, has been completely put back on its feet to be able to produce. And as we heard today, they have committed that looking at the production that they were going to do, we'll be getting another over 100 million cedis every per annum in terms of taxes. And so you see that as GRA, so that is basically, and so my purpose here, when the factory was in distress, I had visited and I've looked around and see what we can do about it, even though we're still shutting them down, trying to get the liability. And since we sold the factory, we also have come to see whether the one that we sold it to is doing what he had committed to do.
Chief Executive of B5 Group, Mukesh Takwani, described the deal as a high-value transaction that will help the company meet the demand of the African market.
Truly, it has come as a bit of a high value for us, I'll put it that way, because when we acquired the organization, we were not expecting from roofing to SMS, CCM and rolling mill, everything we have to re-equip it, even the reheating furnaces. You saw that there was a lot of work which was really done. Today it is more than 6 months and we have more than 420 Ghanaians and between 40 to 50 expatriates who are working on it round the clock 24 hours, and still we are trying to fix up the things.
The GRA has also disclosed that there are bigger firms in similar situations. A decision will be taken on them soon.
I will be really shocked and concerned if the government introduces new taxes in the 2024 budget. These are the words of economist Dr. Patrick Esuming as he argues the digitalization agenda should be leveraged to mobilize revenue. According to him, the multiple taxes over the years doesn't give room for more taxes this round. His comment is coming after, at a time the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, readies himself to present the 2024 budget to Parliament.
all that we've seen over the last couple of years and the new taxes, I would be shocked if we brought new taxes. One area that I also want to see happen though is to bring back the road tolls. Bring them back in a more refined format. Last year, when the budget was read, the finance minister said they are considering ways to reintroduce the road tolls. A full year has passed. We know we've done all the digitization. There's no reason why we can't use those digital solutions to change how we collect the tolls, to reduce the leakages and rake in more, and also make it faster so that people are not wait, or the toll collection is not causing the queues that we see. Outside of that, after the multiplicity of new taxes we've seen over the last 2 years, I would be really shocked and concerned if we were to see new tax handles introduced in this budget.
Still on the 2024 budget, Joy Business Pre-Budget Thought Leadership Forum will come off on Monday, November 13, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. The program will focus on examining the government's fiscal policies, thus the revenue mobilization targets and the risk of budget overruns in an election year. This will come off on all our social media platforms, Joy Business social media platforms, as well as Joy FM 99.9, 99.7 FM, and on this channel, Joy News channel. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more. Welcome and thanks for staying with us. Ghana is now receiving more technical assistance from the UK government rather than direct financial aid. It's coming after the country reviewed its support for Ghana's post-Brexit conversation due to Ghana's position as a lower middle income country. Papa Owusu Ankoma is Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK and has been giving more details.
We meet twice a year, discuss priorities, challenges facing both countries when it comes to trade, if there are any barriers, what actions ought to be taken. And this is another step. Of course, and recently too, at the last meeting in June, I set up the UK-Ghana Investors Advisory Group, which is supposed to focus on the private sector and then try and, as it were, see if there are any bottlenecks to investment and trade, and then put in place or make recommendations to overcome these bottlenecks. So we are making the best effort, both sides, to improve upon our economic relations and deepen the economic relations, expand the areas of trade, business, and investment for a win-win situation for both countries.
You've spoken about a very interesting bit, the bit about the win-win, and so that's what some people would ask, that on the Ghana side, what is being done to conscientize our businesses, the private sector, so that they could also take advantage of the opportunities that the market presents to them?
Yes, I must say that over the past few years, we've been doing a lot, and that is where we also talk about support by the UK government when it comes to textiles and garments, automotives, and pharmaceuticals. These are areas that we as a country, Ghana as a country has focused. We have competitive advantage, and so with the help of the UK government and its agencies trying to train those operatives there, finding markets here, so that when it comes to exports of these products from Ghana, we can say that, well, we can make an impact.
Now, some real estate developers say the cost of developing their own infrastructure and the city's depreciation is contributing to their properties being expensive. The real estate firms have been criticized over the prices of these homes in the country today. Dorothy Kwashi is Executive Director at Elegant Homes and has been speaking on PM Express Business Edition as part of our upcoming EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair.
In a way, because if you thinking of buying or building, you see a lot goes into building your own home. As much as you might think that, so building my own home, I'll save some money. Yeah. It also comes with its own challenges. Let's say if you want to build, the first option is land acquisition. Yeah. How are lands acquired in Ghana? Are you prepared to go in for a land with land guards? You know how are you going to secure the land? Yeah. You get it. When you are able to secure your land and you want to build, normally you want to start incrementally. So you build at a certain space. So you build within your own time. Yeah. You are not pressed with time. Now, you can also decide to move into your home without completely finishing it. That's one thing, that's one advantage that you have if you want to build your own home. Now, you have to put together professionals, architects, engineers, and then artisans and all.
Those are costs.
Yes,
costs that you may have to deal with that.
Exactly. Yeah, it is in a way. But you know, when it's a corporate body, you want to do your due diligence, you want to go through the process. And so once you are able to go through the process, then comes with its own cost of the infrastructure, which is very, very difficult. One, you need to make sure you have the roads, you have the water, electricity, you have the drains and all that. And all these things are being funded from your own resources.
As part of this year's EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair, Quality Control Company says it is poised to give some discount to potential homeowners. The company maintained that it will engage homeowners on fumigation and disinfestation of their warehouses. According to its managing director, Samuel Saka Boateng, his outfit will provide good offerings to customers.
Treat warehouses, which is also part of housing. We treat warehouses against pests. Basically, you think that it's cocoa pests, but against all forms of pests that may be harmful to our product. And by extension, we can also do the same to other housing facilities. So that is what we want to also expose the company to the outside world, that it is not only about cocoa, but we can also do also for housing, just as we do for our warehouses. QCC, we have the, let me say, chemicals that we use in treating these warehouses. They are human friendly because we are dealing with food. Cocoa is food. So you don't expect that we will come to your houses and then maybe pump any form of chemical to that particular effect. QCC itself has a research lab where any chemical that we will use, first of all, we should ensure that it passes the EPA tests. EPA would have to pass that chemical, and then we will also test it at our lab and ensure that it is, one, environmentally friendly and it is human friendly. So anyone that we come to your house to work for, you should expect that we are coming to give you a very good thing, that chemicals are friendly, and you would expect a good job from us. We have a professional staff who goes out to do this disinfestation activities for us. Whatever it is, it will depend on the volume of work that is given to QCC. So the discount, we have discounts, but it depends on the volume of work and the level of discount that you may get from us.
That's how we part company tonight on Prime Business. My name is Emma Davis. For more business news, do log on to myjoyonline.com.